What if you were never meant to get it right the first time? What if your mistakes weren't failures, but necessary lessons? What if the things you regret were actually the things that shaped your growth? What if the version of you back then was doing the best they could with what they knew? What if you stopped punishing yourself for being human? What if today you could start again? What if the only thing standing between you and peace is your willingness to forgive yourself? This is the moment, right here, right now. To let it go. To stop holding yourself hostage to a past you can no longer change. To finally say, I forgive myself for what I didn't know. We all carry weight from the past. Words we wish we hadn't said. Decisions we wish we'd made differently. People we wish we'd held on to or let go of sooner. We replay conversations. We relive moments. We rehearse alternative endings in our heads. It's like dragging an invisible bag of shame, guilt, and self-judgment everywhere we go. But here's the truth. You can't heal if you're still punishing yourself. And you can't create a new future if you're still chained to the past. Think about who you were back then. How old were you? What were you going through? What support did you have? What beliefs were shaping your view of the world? Now ask yourself, did that version of you deserve compassion? Of course they did. Because they didn't know what you know now. They hadn't yet lived what you've lived. They hadn't learned what you've learned. So why judge them through the lens of who you are today? You weren't weak. You were growing. And growth takes time. And trial. And error. You didn't fail. You evolved. We live in a world obsessed with perfection. Do it right. Do it fast. Don't mess up. But the truth is, perfection is an illusion. It doesn't exist. You were never meant to be flawless. You were meant to be human, to feel, to fall, to learn, to rise. Mistakes are not shameful. They are sacred. They are part of how we become. So let's stop pretending we were supposed to have all the answers from the start. You are allowed to grow. You are allowed to change. And you are allowed to forgive yourself for not knowing how. Maybe you hurt someone. Maybe you disappointed yourself. Maybe you broke your own heart. And the guilt has been sitting in your chest ever since. You think punishing yourself will make it right. But guilt doesn't fix the past. It only poisons the present. What heals the past is your willingness to take responsibility. Make amends if you can, and then let go. You can carry the lesson without carrying the shame. You can honor the pain without living inside it forever. You are allowed to be free. Forgiveness is not saying, it didn't matter. Forgiveness is saying, I'm no longer willing to suffer for this. It's not letting yourself off the hook. It's unhooking yourself from a story that's holding you hostage. It's choosing peace over punishment. It's saying, I may not have known better then, but I do now. And I will do better now. And that is enough. Imagine your life is a garden, each mistake a seed, planted deep in the soil. At first, all you see is the dirt, the mess. But over time, with reflection, with effort, with grace, those seeds sprout. They become wisdom, strength, empathy. And before you know it, the very things you thought ruined you are what bloomed into your most powerful growth. You are not the mistake. You are the garden. There comes a moment when you realize you are allowed to move on. You don't have to keep rereading the same chapter. You don't have to keep bleeding from old wounds. You don't have to keep proving you've suffered enough. You can turn the page. You can write a new story. You can live a life that's defined not by what broke you, but by what you chose to become. You are not who you were. You are wiser. You are softer. You are stronger. You are becoming. And you deserve to be seen not for your past, but for your present. Not for your guilt, but for your growth. Not for your shame, but for your strength. Forgiveness doesn't erase your past. It empowers your future. So take a moment right now. Place your hand on your heart. Say this to yourself. I forgive you. I forgive you for the times you didn't know better. I forgive you for the ways you protected yourself that no longer serve you. I forgive you for trying to survive. I forgive you and I release you. Feel that? That's the weight lifting. That's your soul remembering its worth. That's you, finally coming home to yourself. Today is the beginning, not of who you were, but of who you choose to become. Forgive yourself, not because you're trying to forget, but because you're finally ready to live. You are worthy of love. You are worthy of peace. You are worthy of freedom. And it begins with forgiveness. So let go of what you didn't know. Let go of who you used to be. And step into the life that's waiting for you. If you found this video to be of value to your day, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. Have a blessed day.